Okay, we're live. I am sorry. So Wes and Luke, because thanks Luke for joining us, but we didn't go over that. This is episode 2. It's called "What Happens in Atlantic City," and episode 1 is called "ATM." Correct?
Yes.
All
Correctamundo.
right. Yeah,
100%.
and said I have to share my screen this way, unfortunately. But for the recap, he just said somebody's taking out the special investigators. Good, let them come. 'Cause Reacher is pretty pissed off. And all right, so we get to Neely and O'Donnell. Basically, they walk outside, and friggin' Reacher sees he sees the fucking same black sedan, and there's a guy waiting. Awesome line right there. He goes, look at this fucking beaut. And he goes over.
He's very he is in my mind what New York sounds like. You do not sound New York at all to me, Chris, but
Yeah,
he is in
definitely.
my mind like what a New Yorker. Look at this beaut over here. Look at this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, is this accent only in like certain parts of New York?
Well, that's what I said. I'm in New York State, and that's a misconception. Like, there's New York City, and there's New York State. So, like, I'm in Albany. I'm about 2 hours from New York City. New York City has its own economy. It has its own economy. The boroughs, like, there's, like I always say, yeah, New Yorkers. There's New York City New Yorkers, and there's New York State New Yorkers. And I am not in New York City, and you can tell it's a lot different when you're not in the city.
Are they so this is taking place in actual New York City? New
Well,
York City?
I guess we have like Brooklyn, you have the Bronx, you have the boroughs and stuff. So yeah, this takes place in Brooklyn. So yeah, Brooklyn is about like a 3-hour drive from where I'm at. Technically speaking, our buddy Dark Hour, he's New Jersey, and being in New Jersey, he's closer to New York than I am. Which even
Atlantic City is in Jersey, right? Or no?
I think
Or is it
maybe it
Atlantic
is.
City in New York? Bro,
That-
if you don't know, how the hell are we supposed to know? I live in
exactly.
Kansas, bro.
Well, there's always Google. I'll have a look now.
Yeah, check it out. So yeah, so as I've said too, we look at the friggin' massive fucking strength of this fucking tank right here. The fact that fucking Reacher kicks the friggin' front end of a car, like, and he sets the fucking airbag off. Like, I don't know anybody that can do that, but
I could probably buy it with modern cars because they aren't as tough as the old cars back in the 60s.
Yeah, and so we get right there. And
but even then, you still have to suspend your belief a little bit.
Yeah. So we come to find out that this guy's name is Russo. Was it Gaetano Russo? And it's still nice little line right there between Reacher and freaking what's his name there? What's his partner?
O'Donnell?
Shit. O'Donnell, yeah. He's just like, yeah, it's like back in the day, I'll do all the freaking work. And then he's like, yeah, gun knocks the guy out. Yeah, this is a New York City cop. And O'Donnell's like, yeah, don't look at me. You did all the work.
Yeah. He's a cheeky bugger, isn't he? And a cheeky bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dominic Lombardo, I think his name is, the cop.
Yeah. And of course, they're in the car, they're busting Reacher's balls. Neely says to him, an investigation, assumptions kill. That's what you taught us. It's like,
it's always fun. It's always fun in the military to throw back when your commanding officer does something against something they harp on you for, to be able to throw it back in their face. That's fun.
Yeah. Then freaking Dylan Donald, he's like, no, you said details matter, which is that's so freaking back to season 1.
Right.
So yeah.
We're gonna see soon where that actually comes from.
Yep. So you skip forward and they're just trying to figure out what's going on here. He realizes Reacher's that O'Donnell, he was tailing him with friggin' checking his phone and stuff. And it's cool here too. We have skip forward, it says still directed by Sam Hill. I noticed that Sam Hill directed episode 1 as well. So finally, guys,
I wonder if he's a big deal in the all TV gig as well. That's Sam Hill.
Right there. Based on Bad Luck and Trouble by Lee Child and his character Jack Reacher.
I would just like to point out that when season 1 was going on, I called it that this would be the next adaptation of the show. Called it a year ago.
Yeah. And look right there. So what happened? He kicked the car. How the hell did the airbag go off? He kicked the car. I mean, he's like, yeah, I understand it was a car accident. Like, no, he kicked it. Like, oh shit. So yeah.
Are you guys in the parking garage right now or no?
Right now, Robert Patrick. Okay, his name is Shane Langston. That's a character. I mean, don't really tell us right now, but he seems to be the bad guy.
I like the little inside joke in the first episode where Neely was using Sarah Connor as her alias when she was acting.
I thought, that was cool.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't give a shit who Sarah Connor is.
Yeah. So Wrong some paperwork, and let's see. Okay, so
See what this does right here, story wise. This is actually really clever because it seems like this is sort of like, oh, Reacher just screwed up, and he did. But this also that you have to take these characters and make it so they can't go to the cops for help. So that
yeah,
you have to like, you know what I mean? Because that kind of logic
yep,
a lot to do with it has a lot to do with how you have your characters in the story. If they're fighting the bad guys, why not just go to the FBI? Why not just go to the cops? Well, we can't now
yep,
because Reacher just tuned a cop up.
yeah,
And of course, later they're going to do some really extra illegal shit, as MPs are wont to do. And now we've got Dixon uh, has shown up, and yeah, so there's a little chemistry here between the two of
hmm,
them. Little
yeah.
chemistry,
It's cool.
and
Reacher
she
just
is
yep. He
she's
knows she's
also a private
undercover.
investigator, right?
Yep,
She's also a private investigator like Neely. They went into the business, which a lot of MPs do,
yep,
yours truly included. And but she has focused more on like business, finance, I guess what probably
Must say
tax
numbers. Yeah.
crimes.
Well, yeah, she's a
No,
numbers girl, isn't she?
she's a numbers gal. Yeah, that's what you'll see in a lot of MP units. You'll see a mixed bag of
yep.
people who used to be a different
Right back.
branch or a different job, and when
Same
they
old
get into
Reacher.
a squad, when you put them on a squad, they tend to want to have different specialties. So, and she says, of course, that their great tagline: "You do not mess with special investigators." If you call back to season one, after the crooked cops try to kill Neely and Reacher, and they get out of the lake, um, the first thing that Neely says when they get out of the lake is, "You don't mess with the special investigators." So that clued
Yep.
me in on what they would be doing for season two.
Yeah, awesome. So little exchange here, and this was the chick that he's got a little crush. Well, had a little crush on, but it wasn't being
Yeah.
professional.
I've never seen her in anything else. Have y'all?
No, I don't. No, I
No, I
don't
can't think of any.
recall.
She
I'll
looks
have a look.
vaguely familiar, but
Yeah, I agree that. Let's look her up. Good-looking woman though.
Yeah. So
yeah, I
back.
don't really go for the skinny businesswoman type. I like them kind of like voluptuous and slutty. But
Yeah. All right. Well, we're back to a little flashback with Reacher and her, and back to his MP days and shit. But and she's going over this fuel that's been missing, and these carrier jets and stuff, and she's thinking that somebody's stealing it, but not for profit. And of course, from there
mhm,
she says that "But an investigation, details matter." He's like, "I like that. I'm gonna use it."
mhm.
When I watched the first episode, I thought he was assembling a team in the present. Turns out it was bloody flashbacks. At least at first, but as you watch it, you start to realize, oh yeah, starts to
Yeah.
make sense.
I love the flashback stuff. I'm a big sucker for there's certain books that are all flashback. Um and that's what I prefer as far as that
Yeah.
goes. Serinda, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Serinda
In this Swan.
Swan is Carla Dixon.
So she's realizing that the fact that
Mm.
the Humvees, they're probably smuggling stuff in Humvees, drugs and stuff,
Mhm.
guns and things like that. But that's like so they're not. At first, they thought they were selling fuel. Not really selling fuel. You're freaking smuggling Humvees, and Humvees are a very good way to smuggling shit.
I
So
wonder if that's going to be important later.
I wonder. So
Yeah, 'cause it's always going to be little setups, setups you didn't know would be setups.
yeah, good work, Dixon.
Oh, okay. Okay. She was in Breakout Kings.
Mm,
She's in
Okay.
Smallville as well, apparently. She plays Zatanna.
She was in
that's been a
Breakout
while.
Kings with the same guy that plays the cop Russo.
Oh, shit. So yeah,
Ah,
she wants to go celebrate
Yeah.
now, and it established right here a character. She says numbers always tell the story. She's a very good number person. She's
mhm.
analytical, and that'll play into her character later on. So yeah, so she's looking through all the papers and numbers, and say, yeah, they're having a little exchange inside the car here.
Well, she's analytical, but 6'5", 270-pound Reacher still turns
Hmm,
her crank. So she
yeah,
ain't that analytical.
Oh
She
yeah,
she's what
you
she's
always
what
get
we
these like
refer.
Well, you
Right.
always get these like goody two shoes girls who go for these fucking bad boys, don't they? It's just like
God
what
bless them.
happens.
God
Yeah.
bless them. God bless them. Makes it easy on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice guys finish last. They always do.
Reacher is, he's getting upset and still talking about Swan, and it's funny how they mention upstate New York, what left his body in upstate New York, and I'm like, well, I'm in like kind of upstate New York, but yeah, that's a broad general term because this state not as big as Texas, but New York is a pretty goddamn big state. So when they say upstate New York, I'm like, there is a lot of land out here and shit.
Yeah, I'm always surprised with that. I always think of New York as like obviously New York City, the
Yeah.
big metropolis. But there's like a bunch of areas in New York State that are just like Kansas, just
Oh
like
yeah.
up there, like flat land and trees and all that kind of
I'll tell people, I mean,
shenanigans.
I'm in Albany, and technically speaking, the reservation where I was born from is on a Canadian border. Right from here, it's about a 4.5 hour drive. And that's not, and then consider New York City from my house is about a 2.5,
Mm,
3 hour drive. So the city, I mean, if you went from New York City to the top of the state, it's a good
mm.
7, 8 hours, which for us, that's a pretty big distance and shit.
Okay, so something we just kind of talked over right now, and that's my fault because I was waiting on this. So figuring out the timeline of the Reacher stories. Uh, O'Donnell poses a question to the group: who had a bad grudge against us? James Barr did. James Barr is the main character, sniper guy from the movie Jack Reacher, based on the book One Shot.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
so what this is doing, and then Reacher says, "No, I already ran into him. He owes me a favor. It's from Indiana, a thing I did last year." So
Yeah.
basically, what this is establishing is this is the timeline in the book. So all the books that happen between Killing Floor, which is the first book, in chronological order, and Bad Luck and Trouble, which is the 11th book, all those events have already happened. That's what
Yeah.
that just established. And it also is a good way to get around not having to redo the Tom Cruise movie. So basically,
Yeah.
that's already happened. Just superimpose Alan Richardson in your mind in that story for Jack Reacher movie / one shot, and then there you go.
Yeah.
So that stuff has
Okay,
already
yeah.
happened. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like just watch the movies to fill in the gaps that's happened between
Well,
the two series in
just
a way.
watch
In a way.
the first movie, because the second movie takes place after these events here. I'll
Hmm.
send you guys a link
Ah.
on the chronological order of the book so that you
Yeah.
can kind of understand. My guess is they're going to go right into what the next book in the series after this was, which is my favorite, uh,
Mm.
where he wanders into a town and uncovers a human trafficking ring.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and back to season one, freaking Reacher's like, don't we have like any blues channel? And freaking, of course, Don's like, dude, we're in Jersey. So Neely's like, yeah, I'm just
bro,
playing.
we're in Jersey over
He's like,
here.
Yeah.
it's on
Oh
my
yeah.
phone. But
Atlantic City is in New Jersey, by the
he's
way.
like, leave it. Well, I just looked it up, but forgot. Yeah, it says when you get to Jersey. But this guy chasing them, he's telling, yeah, so I'm gonna say Seropian there. Did I say his name? Wes? Joris Jarsky.
I don't have my glasses
Okay,
on. I'm
well,
gonna Seropian?
yeah, we talking to our main bad guy, Robert Patrick and stuff. He's like, "Yeah, remember I told you I need some backup and stuff." And Robert Patrick's like, "Yeah, don't
Yeah,
worry, we'll pay for a copy of that."
I
But
don't blame him.
at this point, he's like, "Right there, we'll cover the tab." We're still not sure what's going on, but he goes, "Yeah, I want them dead, all fucking dead." Like there's some kind of a personal grudge right here he has because he's not just killing these guys for like a business reason. It seems like he's really angry at reaching this team. Like he's really hell bent on fucking wiping this team out. I'm not
Mm,
sure why yet because we established that, but
Well, yeah, they're
mhm.
kind of like brothers. They kind of become your brothers, don't they? In a way.
well, I'm saying with Robert Patrick's character, he's telling like he wants Reacher's team wiped out, and he's like seems like he's taking a personal. Where he's like, I want these guys fucking dead. Like he's saying like why he wants Reacher's team dead for. Like he's angry for some reason. It's not just like a business move for him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Robert Patrick's character. Well, yeah. So we'll probably find that out later on in the series. Then.
Yeah, and of course Reacher doing what he does best, kicks open the door because he's Reacher. So they're going through another office, just like Franz's office there,
Yeah, and that's
I
been
and
must be
trashed as well.
and
I must be ahead of you guys a little bit, so I'm
uh,
gonna pause mine for a minute and wait till you
yeah,
catch up. I'm at the bar, so
yeah. They
wait till
mentioned another team member named Roscoe. So
Orozco.
said you
Orozco.
hadn't trashed Swans's place. Yep. And there's Roscoe right there. Okay. So small thing there too, with the infamous picture. And it fucking reaches like, am I the only one who doesn't have this picture? And of course Neely's calling him out like, well, kind of hard to have a picture when you don't friggin' have walls.
Yeah. Reacher travels light.
Yep. And even like they're saying, so they find a picture of him and a girl, and even Neely's telling Dixon there, she's like, well, how many pictures do you have? And she's not many. She's yeah. So if this picture of him and this girl, there's a reason for it. She's gotta be important to him.
Mhm.
So all right. Oh yeah.
Now we
It's like, yeah, you two stay here. Why? Both look like cops. Because Reacher, if anything, Reacher does not look like a fucking cop. Nothing about Reacher
Yeah.
seems like he's a cop.
Yeah.
but they moved like cops. Look how they, like, entered the bar, like,
Yeah.
side by side, like, walked in, practiced ease between the 2 of them.
Yep. Yeah.
I knew this was I knew this was gonna be a come on right as soon as they fucking told him, "She's in the
Yeah.
back doing the books." No, the fuck she's not.
Yep.
I knew immediately. I was like, "Alright, so this is an insert, into the show. This was not this does not take place in the books." See,
Yeah.
the books, you can get away with a lot of, like, exposition, people just sitting around talking to each other, but in a show, you wanna ramp up the action, so whereas
Yeah.
they just kinda interviewed her in the book, here we have like this contrived kind of action set piece.
Yep.
But I mean, it's not that contrived because it's actually believable. If there was a girl that had a stalker and she worked at the bar, this is
Yeah.
conceivably something that would happen.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
they think the bad guys after him, don't they? They
Yep.
think that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like, even the bartender, like, he looks over, he gives, like, the wink, just like, you can tell right there, and I'm thinking,
Yeah, it's like,
"This
"Run,
could be a
bitch, get the
setup."
fuck out of here."
Exactly, and so she starts freaking running. Now Neely, like, Wes, you said this, does she have a condition, but, like, besides getting into a fight, the first guy, of course,
yeah,
he's stupid where he
yeah,
tries to swing at Reacher. As soon as the one bad guy
Yeah.
grabs Neely, she's like, "Don't fucking touch me," when she's fighting him back,
yeah,
but she has a very big thing, and I guess because season 1, she wasn't in it a lot, you notice it more in season 2 where she doesn't even shake hands. She's very
yeah,
anti-touching her. So, I
yeah.
don't know if that
Yeah.
plays into a part later on, but
She was a victim of SA, and basically, it's just one of those unspoken things between her and Reacher. Reacher grew up
yeah,
kind of rough and tumble, being bullied, and then he had to bully back. She grew up being assaulted, and then she had to learn how to assault back. She joined the military out of a need to become something. He joined because it was a family business,
yeah,
and he basically respects that. That's why she likes hanging around Reacher because he has his little quirks and weird shit, and he just doesn't
yeah,
question her. He's like, well, she don't want to be touched, totally fine. He doesn't
yeah,
see her. He friend zoned her. She's just his friend.
yeah,
It doesn't mean anything to him, So, and he doesn't like pamper her or try to look after her.
yeah.
You see, he treats her completely differently than he did that deputy Roscoe in the first season. Whereas
Yeah.
it,
So
like he tried to protect her with Neely, he's like, yeah, she's good. She's fine. We don't need to worry about her.
yeah. I saw
Yes.
that the poor one
There's
guy s
no
said the poor
sorry.
one guy swung at Reacher, he's like, "Hey, please stop." Reacher just kicks him right through a fucking door over the
Yeah,
ledge.
And he really does not look like he's in good shape to be taking on Reacher. He really
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah,
The guy
that
looks
was a
like he could have a
really bad.
I
That
know,
was
it's
a
like
bad call. He
that's
might be
worse than
okay
me
with his
when I was
hands
fucking
like taking
when I
out
throw a
drunks in the
punch.
bar, but Jesus, that was a really. What did he think was gonna? Plus, you add in the fact that they're all like military police, hand
yeah,
to hand combat trained.
I mean
Um,
a punch
yeah,
isn't just about swinging a fucking fist around you. There's other things like you got to have a stance and put some power with the feet, shit like that. There's loads of it's a lot of body work as well.
yeah.
yeah.
I like where freaking O'Donnell there, he looks at Reacher, he's like, "Hey, is he making friends, big fella?" Like, what's being the smart ass?
Yeah, I like him. They really fleshed him out because he's kind of a little slick and
Yeah,
grimy. Like having the brass knuckles and the switchblade is like the main thing of his personality in the book. But
yeah,
here in the show, this guy's really kind of like giving him a really good personality, and I like it.
yeah,
I dig it because you
That
always
yeah,
seems to
have.
be that
Go
seems
ahead.
to be the thing with Reacher himself in this show because Drinker was
Yes,
criticizing like he's kind of just a blank slate who's just badass and that's it. But
spot
in the
on.
show,
Yeah,
he's got a
yeah.
personality.
Well, I think we did a stream about Reacher a little over a year ago, didn't we, Chris, on Dark Hours channel? And we talked about that. And I told everybody, I was like, Reacher's basically, you know, he's kind of a dick in the books. He's just
yeah,
like, he's not like, he doesn't have a good personality and uh, I think it was Wolf. What's his name? Wolf? Tyler?
yeah,
Tyler had said, I think it was Tyler. It might have been Tyler. It might have been Dark Hour told us that, Richardson has a kind of background in comedy and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
he's more affable. Yeah, he's big and he's dangerous and he's not someone you want to like run into in a dark alley if you pissed him off. But you could talk with him, you could drink a beer with him, you can hang with him. The
Yeah.
Reacher of the books is not that guy. The Reacher in the books is basically just a prick.
Hmm.
He's got a bit of a deadpan sense of humour as well. I mentioned
He
Chris
does.
earlier with the scene in episode 3, which we'll get to later, and it's in the gun
Hmm.
store as well. But like I said, we'll get to that later. But it is a very funny
Yeah.
scene, and he plays it dead straight, and it's very
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good actually.
I think a pretty good scene at the bar here, and as I mentioned to Wes, Luke in episode 1, they love showing that big round of Budweisers and shit. I'm not sure if it how much Amazon made a deal with Budweiser, but just labeling, "Hey guys,
Yeah.
Budweiser." But
Is
there's
it Budweiser itself that's aligned with fucking Dylan Mulroney, or is it just the Bud Light section? And
Bud Light section
Yeah.
yeah,
specifically.
so it's separate then.
Yeah, we don't talk about
Yeah.
Bud Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Bud Light is
Budweiser
dead.
themselves are like, we're not Bud Light. Leave us alone. We
Yeah.
don't give a shit about this.
Pretty much, yeah.
But Bud Light is dead to me. I can't believe I didn't recognize. Well, I mean, it's been like over 10 years since I saw Breakout Kings, but
Yeah.
the Carla Dixon character, I'm
Yeah.
surprised I didn't. She looks a lot different than she did.
Yeah. Well, also, this girl here, Melina, just basically says, "Yeah, sorry, it's a misunderstanding. We thought, you were the wrong guys." And like the one guy looks at Reachers again. Yeah, no offense, big guy, but you seem like the kind of guy that they would send for someone like her. Like, yeah, being fair, but she's freaking out and stuff. She's all crying and nice, and it's just deadpan. But he doesn't mean it, to be mean. But she asks Reacher, like, why don't you ask whatever Swan here for? And he goes, well, Franzi, someone threw him out of a helicopter. Neil look at Reacher like, what?
Yeah, Reacher's definitely, he might be more affable character on the show, but he's definitely still got a bunch. He's very blunt in the way that he speaks. So
Yeah, it's important. So
I
he
like
says
that they
about for a
didn't make this
while.
chick like a supermodel. She looks like a chick that would work at a bar. Like she's sort of
Yeah.
halfway cute, and like she's probably got a nice pooper. You know,
He said 650 at 100K each.
hmm
Okay.
that's what he said.
She's like, no idea, but no idea. And of course, Reacher's like, you're sure? And she's like, yeah, I'm positive. He said 650 at 100K. He kissed me on the cheek and ran out that door. Reacher's just looking like, all right, well, she's making sense right now. So he says right there, it's like maybe this isn't someone with a grudge against the 110th. And of course, O'Donnell's like, yeah, I've noticed four of us been killed already. But yeah, but they were on it. He's like, so of course, Reacher's like, if they felt they're in danger, they would have called us. And of course, right there we have Dixon saying 650 at 100K. We're talking $65 million, which is, hey, that's some pretty good money.
What's your
And
thoughts on this season so far? I mean, I know it's only 3 episodes in, but do you think it's as good as the first 3 episodes in the season 1, or do you think it's getting there?
I think it's pretty much just on par because it's like it's very different stories, which I knew was going to happen because I knew that they wouldn't just do that. They were very smart not to just do a Reacher walks into town and Reacher gets in an adventure thing. They were
yeah,
very smart to pop this one in and have like a time jump and do like the mixed bag of flashbacks and like an actual like revenge story where they have high stakes and multiple ensemble characters. I like that. So I mean, I always prefer a an ensemble piece. I don't like just following one character around, and which sounds strange considering the fact that
yeah,
I live my life that way and I read all the Reacher books, and all the Reacher books are pretty much set up with that. But I did like this. I like seeing him with his team.
Yeah, I
So
like the team. I do.
I'd probably edge this a little bit higher than
yeah,
I could see some people this being jarring to them because it's so different than the first season.
Yeah, I'm
So
still on the fence a little bit, but I am like you said, I am liking the team, and it's
yeah,
still pretty cool up to now.
yeah. So yeah, right here, pretty good at trying to deduce what's going on because Reacher's like, you think this could be tied to gaming, and O'Donnell basically tells him, he's like freaking, $65 million. He's like, how long would it go unnoticed? Not that long. They have security guys and accountants tracking this stuff. So, and yeah, Reacher wants to see the head of security, and this head of security is, let's see, the chief Wright, and he just says that, yeah, you guys are the 110th, and Sanchez and see his name, you're 110th.
Who? Which one?
And Orozco talked about you guys all the time. So
Orozco.
yeah,
Orozco.
so this is the chief head of security for the casino. So
Mm.
yeah,
Mm. I can never take this guy seriously. I always think of him as fucking the dude from Scary Movie.
yeah,
Yeah,
shit.
I know. Yeah, what's his him who beats the fuck out of Cindy.
Yeah.
He just ruthlessly beats the fuck out of her for no reason.
I
Yeah,
mean, I've seen him in lots of stuff and
Yeah.
some sort of serious stuff, but I just can't take him seriously. Like he's I will always see him as that guy.
yeah,
Yeah, same
So
here, same here.
look how much real estate Reacher takes up in that office. Like he is so big.
yeah, really.
I didn't crash through
Dude.
the fucking wall while we're entering the door. And all the fucking wall comes down with
Yeah,
Dude, he's a monster, man.
I know.
Can you imagine somebody that big who also knows how to fight? Oh man.
yeah,
That's a dangerous combination, dude.
How many
yeah,
fucking women does he split in half fucking up?
Right? It's like halfway through the season, they're like, "Well, Carla Dixon died. Oh my god, did the bad guys get her? No, Reacher ripped her in half."
yeah. So, well, what's the name there? Dixon gives him the numbers and the sheets and trying to figure out what the numbers are. He goes, well, and he's just like freaking 650, 100K at a table will be kind of obvious. So we need some time to figure this shit out. And what does he do? He offers a team a hotel suite. Reaches like, nah, we're good. And they're always, like, hey, listen, you know, head of security offers you a freaking free suite, man. We take it. The team's gonna
I
crash there.
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Why do I get a feeling he's gonna be fucking dodgy? Like he's offered them the suite so he can keep a fucking eye on them for his
Yeah, I
yeah.
definitely would. I would have accepted the suite and then still went across the street to another hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, this is very good friggin' very good suite. And just I don't know why, just a small piece of dialogue right here between Dix and Reacher, where she says
Yeah.
it too. She's like, "Hey, you unpacked?" He goes, "Not yet." He freaking pulls out his toothbrush, like
Yeah.
fucking he doesn't pack heavy. So, well, yeah, like to Wes was saying right here, we got everyone immediately drinking Budweiser, but the let's see what the hell is Dixon drinking something, but they having having a little friggin' just reminiscing with the four main characters right here.
Yeah.
So
It's good little point to build up the chemistry between them as well.
yeah, yeah, you
And yeah, I
definitely
do buy
What a
him. I
lot of
buy him. I really buy them all together as a team. I really do.
yeah,
I sense a lot of history of
yeah,
them already.
what a
yeah,
lot of this does though also it accentuates the fact that they have all moved on, they have lives, they do things, and Reacher's just sort
yes,
of wandering around and doing that. It also points out the fact that she's what we refer to in the trade as a Chad wife, our Chad widow, rather, a Chad widow, which
yeah,
is a chick meets 6'5" Chad with the big muscles and the big dick and all that kind of stuff.
I
She's
see these
forever
lasses. They always
she's
look
for
real classy. I know. They always look
yeah,
real classy. Then
she's
you see
forever ruined. She'll never marry a regular guy because she'll always be remembering in her life having this perfect 10, 6'5" muscle bound guy with the huge cock. Like she's never
Yeah.
gonna get over she's never gonna get over him. No, it's a real thing.
Yeah,
It's a real
I
thing.
know. I
I'll
know.
believe it. Yeah,
I've seen
Yeah.
fucking plenty of really classy looking women, all immaculately dressed. Yet they hang around with these guys who's got these tribal tattoos. They wear vests
yep,
in fucking winter, shit like that. It's
yeah,
yeah, it's crazy. It's a
yeah.
real thing that happens.
Now they
Um,
might get on social media and TikTok and say, "Oh, where are all the good guys at?" They don't want them. You don't want them.
Yeah, I know.
You don't
I
want the
know.
yeah,
good guys. You want a bad guy that's gonna, smack you around a little bit, treat you like shit, fuck your sister, take your car to go
yeah,
fuck other chicks, give you
yeah.
chlamydia. Like that's what you want.
So,
That's what they
well,
want.
she tells the team basically how she thought her boyfriend was cheating on her, and she decided to get married, and it was a thing out of comfort. But and she was when I thought he was cheating, I took it seriously and shit. And of course, and then the team is questioning Reacher and stuff, which pretty good dialogue, especially with Neely, because that's what I love Neely constantly putting Reacher in check because they're saying like, okay, like where do you go? He goes, well, I just travel from town to town. Where do you sleep? He goes, sometimes with a friggin' at a cheap motel room, or what is it, back of a friggin' pickup truck or something. And He's like, one time there was a hammock there and the freaking sprinklers went off. And where do you eat? He goes, well, diners. And sometimes people will, hitchhikers. And of course, freaking, they're like, who don't want to freaking pick up a guy your size? You'd be surprised.
Yeah, yeah. That is actually funny because it's like he loses a lot of rides because he looks like a big monster. Like
Yeah.
who's gonna let him in the car?
It's
And
weird. I can buy him as the everyman more than the Rock. Is that weird to think?
yeah,
You buy him as the everyman.
Compared to, because the Rock, I can't buy him as the everyman in movies. He looks like the Rock, a superhuman, but
yeah.
Reacher, I still kind of buy it like he could be a regular guy.
Hmm,
I don't know why.
okay.
I don't know why it is with him. It's just my opinion that way. Like,
Is it
And
because he's white or
yeah, it's white. If it was black, nah, don't fuck it
yeah?
with.
I like I like Neil over here too. Neil's got a freaking team and stuff. I like her. I love the T-shirt with freaking Tony the Tiger.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And see,
You notice she's always eating cereal.
yes, I
yeah,
did actually happen to notice that. So
yeah.
Mhm.
Even in fucking hell, get some fucking protein.
Well, there's a reason. There's
that's
a
what
reason.
Don says. Yeah, the world's biggest drifter. But he was diners. Yep, some people. Well, we can't find one. Sprinklers went off. But any more questions? And O'Donnell calls him too. He's like, all you need is a stick and a bindle. I don't know why I just love this scene right there because
Yeah,
I I
it's
I
just
eat as much as Reacher does. The problem is I'm not fucking 6'5" and 285 of fucking muscle. But the way she's like,
I do like the fact that the chick says, "So you took the sign as a challenge, huh?"
he's like, I'm just getting started. I'm looking at the plate. He's got steak, freaking spaghetti on mashed potatoes, pizza
Pizza.
slices. I mean, a
I want
single
it
fucking
all. I
salad on that
know.
goddamn plate, man. Like, come on,
Yeah, he pushed the
push
lettuce
the
away. The
salad
lettuce that
away.
got on his tray. He's like, "Get that out of here. I don't
Yeah,
want
he's on the
that."
Yeah,
carnivore diet.
you can definitely eat like that when you're the fuck where you're that goddamn size. If I eat like that, damn man, I wouldn't be able to walk. Like Christ.
I can't even eat. I eat that much. I get fucking heartburn and everything. I eat less. I'm trying to eat less these days.
Yeah, if people see in the past month how little I've been eating, they'd be surprised, man. So,
Man,
but
I went to Texas Roadhouse with my daughter last night. Smashed a steak. It was awesome.
a great scene right here. I like this because now,
Mm.
Wes, I mean, you probably would know this stuff more than me because we have Dixon here, and she's playing
Hmm.
blackjack, and basically she's dominating and winning.
Yep.
One of the security guys pops up, and he says to her, he gives her tickets to a
Yep.
concert and
80s.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Which I would have taken. I would have definitely taken that. I would have been
yeah.
like, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So
Tiffany and Debbie Gibson?
yeah.
What?
So she knew she was gonna be safe at 8, and she's like, "How," and of course, and anyone knows blackjack, like, I'm not even the biggest blackjack player. You usually don't fucking stay on at 8, but she's like, "Yeah, I know. I'll be safe." So security guy kinda calls her out. He's like, "Well," he's like, "You're counting cards." He's like, "No, we know you're counting cards."
Yeah.
And she's
It's not
like,
cheating if it's in your head.
"Yeah."
Yeah, I love that
And
line.
and when it comes to counting cards, yeah, technically speaking, that's not illegal, right? To my knowledge.
It's not illegal. It's frowned upon and
Yes.
it's something that but so is winning.
Mm,
They want you to play. They don't want you to play, rake a bunch of money in, and then they would love you to
Yeah,
make a bunch of money, but they want you to keep. They want you to
play
make
until you
a bunch of
lose.
money by chance, and give it back, and then give back some of your money. So if
yeah.
you're in there like an operator and you're making a bunch of money and then you walk out, they don't like that shit.
No, that's what I say. It's one of the things you see in movies where it's like, they can I've only been a couple casinos. Can they make you leave for winning too
Yes,
much?
yes, they can.
Well, okay, I did not
Yes,
know
they
that.
can.
But yeah, but it also say,
Happens all the time.
but
Happens
Dixon,
all the time.
it shows how good she is because she can do all that shit, and she's like, I'm not cheating. I'm just doing my fucking head.
Well, also
So
it's practical because they don't really show it, but she splits the winnings with Reacher, which is where he later has that wad of money to pay for the guns.
goddamn, I was gonna ask you to. Details matter.
Yeah, details matter, baby.
Yep.
So are you at the walking in the street scene
I'll
now
skip
or
right.
no?
See right here. Yeah. So
Yeah.
these two are walking, and they're having talking about their former teammates and shit, and
Yep.
talking about freaking their
So
kind of a dream job.
this scene in the book was all four of them walking. And
Really?
yeah, it's all four of them walking to from the casino after they make some money to back to the hotel when they get jumped. Not this
Yeah.
like lovey-dovey scene. It's like a really quick shootout,
Mhm.
and they wind up taking some weapons off of the guys that they send. So it's sort of
Yeah.
it's very I think I like how they do this better. I think this is much better
Some
because
people go,
you get a chance to see her skills because she's not just a number C. Everybody who's an MP is
yeah,
also trained. Like me, I was a prison guard MP and I was a crisis negotiator. You would say hostage negotiator. So those were my specialties. But everybody is trained in weapons and tactics, hand-to-hand combat,
yeah,
all that stuff. So even a forensic analysis for that crunches numbers knows how to do that. Even somebody that's an expert rifleman is going to
mm,
know how to do all of that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
now it's like anything else. It's varying degrees of how good they are. But yeah, it's I believe it. I'm sure there's going to be some detractors saying, "Oh, you got these two like 120-pound women throwing dudes around and stuff." But I don't know, man. I was watching the scenes, and the moves they do are pretty judicial,
yeah,
and where they're striking, where they're hitting, and especially in the later close quarters fight, she has a lot of trouble with just one dude. So
yeah.
I don't know. I
Well, I
Yeah,
was
found it
gonna
to
so
be
say,
pretty realistic.
not being political or nothing, but like to talking about their lives and stuff, their jobs, and she's, they shouldn't be in the military. She's like, yeah, I like doing things where spending how it's the government. But if they spent money correctly, we could actually fix the roads and shit. We could fix things, and you had the
Yeah,
whole 600
yeah.
bucks on a
She's an
fucking toilet
yeah,
seat.
idealist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
she's an idealist.
yeah,
but
but she doesn't seem like a naive idealist either.
yeah.
No, she's practical.
And yet a good line here. So she's like, yeah. So speaking of, why didn't anything happen between us? And he goes, what? How much did you have to drink? She's like, enough to ask that question. And he's like, well, I was your boss, would have been professional. And she's like, yeah, I waited. She's like, I was dropping the hints, Reacher, and I waited all this time to know that finally I get to fucking know why we didn't hook up because obviously she wanted to and he
Yeah,
wanted to, but he's got his principles and his rules.
Yeah,
So
I just don't think he could find the words to formulate when on the day it happened because I think he was taken back a little bit.
yeah. So of course these two like in Westwood say they're freaking. It's because she's a numbers chick. They're both. I like freaking. She calls out they're being followed, and he's like, "When did you notice?" And she's already on point. She knows that they're being
yeah,
followed. And
yeah.
we get a pretty goddamn good action sequence here. So it takes
I
place,
like it. I like it
let's
a
see.
lot better than the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And once again, she's not making Reacher look like a fucking idiot either. While
No.
being useful, it's
And again, I'll point out he lets her go off on her. Now he helps her over the fence just for practicality,
yeah,
but he lets her go off on her own. He doesn't shadow her to make sure she's
yeah,
okay like he did with Roscoe in season 1. He knows
yep,
she's an MP and he knows that she knows her business. So,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
He
he
goes,
does he politely "Are you good?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'll manage." So, I mean, he does that, but I mean, but that's like you would say that to a dude as well.
yeah. No, and she's fighting one guy, taking him on. She has a weapon in her hand and stuff. She's hitting with the crowbar. And Reacher, at this point, he does take damage. I mean, he gets freaking cut, but Reacher, he's not some invincible fucking bulletproof boss. I mean, the guy's a big tank, but knives and bullets do hurt Reacher. He's not fucking superhuman.
Right.
So, and it's just funny the squishing right there with the cement still kind of drying, and that will play a
Mhm.
yeah.
part into it later.
Mhm.
So, I like the small joke. I like the small jokes. Like, yeah, damn, Reach, when we were kids, we just put our names in the cement.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
like you said,
there's some good lines in this though. There really is.
yeah.
There
There's
is.
some very
Yeah,
good
there is.
ones.
Oh, like a Weston, nice fight with her. She was struggling a little bit and stuff, but Reacher tackles him down, drowns the guy in the cement, and there we go. So of course he knows it's members only jacket. So they have to check these guys' fucking stats, and of course they have files on reaching everybody. And Reacher finally gets to talk to our bad guy Langston there. He's like, "Is it done?" Not the way you expected. He's just looking at the phone like, "All right, yeah." Like he says this line, "You're fucking with the wrong guy, Reacher. You should know this doesn't end well for you. Then why are you the one that sounds scared?"
Yeah,
That's all Reacher
that's
says.
good.
Good fucking line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck his Twitter account. Richard's just fucking ace. He is.
What Twitter account? We don't talk about Twitter accounts.
Yeah, no Twitter
Does not
Oh,
account.
the
Twitter doesn't exist in this world.
former Twitter account.
Reacher doesn't believe
He
in
never had
Twitter.
one. Yeah, Reacher don't get on Twitter. Reacher don't have a phone
That's true.
unless he takes it off a dead guy.
Yep. The white one sounds scared. So yeah, of course, it's a burner. The guy's gonna have a burner. So and he's like, these guys are pros. Everyone is really well set up, and So Reacher, what do we do with the bodies? Well, I got an idea. Yep. And yeah, I'm gonna have to friggin' show this in a second because I hate my life. But let's see. I mean, just that right there. In case just you guys feel bad about yourself, look at that picture and just. I'm going jogging after this stream. Just let you guys know.
I need to do more
And
crunches, more sit-ups.
I'm gonna. Today is on Friday, December 15th. I'm gonna eat again on Monday just because I'm not. I have no appetite anymore. To see this shit, like,
That's not good for you. You got to eat, man.
yeah. Well, yeah. Also,
Yeah,
I mean, trust me. If I take off my fucking shirt, I don't have my abs ain't like that, man. Like, God, look. Yeah,
He is
like,
on gear. He's on gear, man.
God
If you
damn,
if
man.
you want to look like that and you're approaching 40 or in your 40s, you have to be on
Uh,
gear. You can't look like that just by working out. You have to take
yeah.
you know,
That's definitely
a human
steroids.
growth hormone, which I did take myself and I did used to look like that. But listen, you don't got to look like that, man. You just make sure your upper body is good and your
yeah.
shoulders are good and you wear a shirt that covers up your gut. That's it. That's all you got to do, man. And they're not gonna. When you're on top of a chick, they're not gonna notice anyway. And by the time they do notice, it's too late.
Oh, I wanted to wear my torso vest. Oh, I'm gonna look like a tit now.
That's why like Amazon for versus stuff like HBO. I can share all these screens right here because they're gonna. Well,
Yeah, knock
she's
boats.
cut a little bit and he's blowing on alcohol. He's got to kiss her boo boo, and of course she's like, "Reacher, you don't have to be alone tonight." And yeah, a good luck.
It never occurred to me. She said something I've never heard before. Like when he blows on the thing, he's like,
Oh
my
yeah,
mom always did this, and she's like, you're just blowing germs into it. He's like, yeah, but it
yeah,
feels good. And then I'm like, yeah, he's gonna blow some germs into you here in
oh
a
yeah.
little bit too, baby.
Yeah, we had right there. So we had like a little sex scene, but it's the good sex scene with both actors have their clothes on. I'm like, all right, I'm fine with that, so I can share it. So yeah, she got that reach her manliness.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I will often blow germs into chicks.
So we're back to our character, AM. We're calling him because that's
Yeah,
the
I like this guy. He's very
Yeah,
slick.
yeah. I'm still wondering what is. He's definitely not
All
been
will
getting a lot
be
of screen time, but you know something's gonna happen with this guy
Yeah,
later on.
all will be revealed.
and
All
it says
shall
right
be
there,
revealed.
all 650 will be in the truck, and you're like, 650 what
Mm,
though?
Yeah.
where have we
Damn
heard
it!
that? Where have we
Yeah,
heard that before?
numbers matter.
This guy reminds me of that gag in The Simpsons where the gangster are all fighting and Homer's like, I need to watch because that little guy, he's not doing anything. But you know it's gonna be fucking awesome.
There, I'm trying to pause this part right here because I want to show the picture. Because like as Wes said, with see Neely trying to get yep, there we go. Okay, so of course, as Wes said before, look, she's eating cereal. She's eating Kellogg's Pops,
Corn pops.
corn
Yep,
pops. Yep.
yep.
So
She's always eating cereal. She wears cereal T-shirts.
yeah, what you wearing? T-shirt says waffle crisps on it. So yeah.
Hmm.
And of course, hey, did you guys sleep last night? And O'Donnell's like, yeah, the whole freaking the whole hotel was shaking. No, you hear the earthquake? The whole freaking hotel was shaking. Yeah, these two know what you're doing last night. So yeah, so now our chief security guy pops up and he puts the bad news. He's like, yep, upstate New York. He goes, I hate to be the bearer of more bad news, but looking into things, Atlantic City PD told me two more bodies been discovered in upstate New York.
Mm. Strange that a security guy at a casino can get
Yeah,
access to morgue pictures from the Atlantic City PD. Isn't that
yeah.
Yeah,
strange?
he's a fucking wrong un. Don't trust him.
He's a what? What is he?
A wrong un.
He's
Wrong
a
un.
wrong
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 one,
one.
yeah.
Oh, wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, thank
Yeah,
you,
we
sir.
sometimes got un
This
instead of
this
one.
stream will have captions on it.
Yeah, it's Yorkshire slang.
He's
Un. One.
Yeah,
He's a wrong
un.
one.
He's a
Yeah.
wrong one.
Yeah.
yeah. So pretty messed up or a good line here with another one of their teammates because Reacher's like when he joined the army, his sister was terrified he'd be killed with some disfiguring wounds. So he said she never know what happens to him. His dog tags could be blown off.
Yeah, so he wanted the tattoo of his identification on
His
his back.
name and
Just in
service
case.
number. Yeah, across back. West, and you know this. Does that ever happen? I've never. This for honestly, the first time I've
Yeah.
ever heard of that.
Yeah.
I've watched so many
Yeah,
movies
about that.
where yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Happens a
So
lot.
yeah,
A lot of soldiers don't wear their dog tags.
wow.
I still have mine on right now. Literally right now, I have mine on. You know why there's 2 of them?
No, I actually forgot.
One stays with your body, and one, in case they can't take your body with them, and they gotta extract, they leave
Okay.
the one with your body for identification, and the other one
Wow.
they take with them.
Yeah.
You know what they do with the one that's left on your body?
No idea.
They put it in between, your 2 front teeth, and they kick your jaw shut.
Really? Wow. Okay. Shit. No, not.
I think I might have seen that in a film. I can't remember now.
Hmm. So yeah. So the chief security guy is saying like, yeah, the numbers check out pretty good. Nothing seems funny. He goes, I told people about the whole $65 million gambling scam, and he said, they pulled their overnight audits. I did too. Everything is within acceptable loss margins. So nothing right now is being scammed at the casinos.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Isn't that strange? All the casinos are totally fine?
Yeah.
That seems strange to me.
So, and of course, now Dixon just says you don't have to worry about it. Bodies were found in New York. Car that followed us was from New York. New York ghost tags, New York parking pass. It's always been a New York case, so not New Jersey.
You think Reach is paranoid about this guy a little bit? That's why he wasn't
Yeah,
keen on the fucking suite.
I mean, I think it's just that's Reacher's even when there's nothing happening, Reacher, uses fake names to check into hotels
yeah,
and things like that,
Yeah,
so
yeah, and I
yeah,
like to I had to show this because just we don't know this as teammates when we're seeing flashbacks, but right here, he's getting fucking pissed. Like he's taking this shit really like what's weird, Wes? Maybe it's because I'm not sure. Season one, his brother dies and he seems kind of
mm.
angry. But something about season two, like these are I guess military and your teammates, but he seems a lot more pissed off right now. Like he's taking
yeah,
these gets really fucking hard. Like you can just tell how
Well,
angry he is.
he was the squad leader, the platoon leader, so,
yeah. So it's like a dad. So it's like a dad. You look after your kids,
yeah,
don't you? That's the whole
he's
thing with it.
supposed to watch after his people, and he also realizes that the selfishness of his lifestyle led to this because maybe if he had a house with a phone or a cell phone and a job, maybe they'd have been able to call him, maybe he'd have been able to go help. But because he's obsessed with the vagabond lifestyle of moving from place to place and
Yeah,
getting in adventures, that led to him not knowing that certain members of his team had wives and kids and lives and now deaths.
yeah,
One of them passes away in a car accident. Everybody went to the funeral except him. Everybody has the picture except for him. So that's pissing him off more.
yeah,
The fact that
Yeah,
he's sort of taken this on himself as if
yeah.
it's
yeah.
So,
just sort of
so a
his
bit of
fault.
guilt then.
That was the
Yeah,
last line that he walks away and like, where you going? He goes, we need some more guns.
yeah,
And that's it. So
that's it.
no, good on episode two. It's got a good blend of some more, investigation, really good action sequence. We get to see more of the family dynamic between this team, why they were a team for, why they care about each other. Reacher got laid. I mean, it's like it's kind of like Banshee Light, but it's still Reacher. But yeah,
Yeah.
without the sex
God,
scene.
can you imagine watching some of the hardcore
Oh
sex
yeah,
scenes we've seen on Banshee with Reacher doing it? I'd be scared for the girl. I'd be like on the edge of my seat, panic, like, dude, he's gonna kill
yeah.
her. Like
But
he's gonna just rip her apart. But
I
yeah, man,
I did
good
like episode
stuff.
2 so far. My favorite fucking scene in the entire episode was just a man his size kicking the fucking front of a car and an airbag going off. Like,
Yeah,
fuck you, monstrosity.
he is that. He
So
is a
yeah.
monster.
All right, you guys
So,
good? We can try to bang out 3 if we have time, or if not. But episode 2 is done, so I'll get to editing.
Okay. All right.
All right, I'll see you later.